Greg Tepper here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the 2017 Texas High School Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony with one of the newest members of the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame, Rockport-Fulton's own Nguyen. What does it mean to go into the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame?
It's really, truly an honor. I think it's something that you really don't think about until they tell you the criteria how to get in. I think you're representing the whole generation and of the decade of football. So in the 90s, I'm fortunate to, out of all the players in the state of Texas, we know how many players dress up every year just in your school, your team, or just in the district. Not alone now, you're talking about the whole state of Texas and every level. So it's truly an honor. It's humbling, no doubt about that. But for me, as we all know, the game of football is a team sport. So I'm just fortunate to represent all my players, all my teammates from high school, and also the coaches.
And you are a guy who really played your entire football career here. You go Rockport-Fulton to A&M. You play for the Cowboys. For you, how did Texas high school football start it off for you? What kind of role did it play in kind of building you into the football player that you were?
Well, first, really, I think I was going to be the football player. When you're Asian and you're as big as I am, I thought I was going to be the next Shaquille O'Neal. So I never thought about playing football. One day, I was asked. Really, I got recruited by Cliff Davis. He was a legendary baseball player at A&M, and he was my high school coach, my junior high coach, asked me to go out and play. So he recruited me for the whole spring. Every day he was trying to recruit me to go out, so I finally came out and gave in. And so when I got out there for the first time, I didn't realize, because he didn't have pockets for the hip pads or the thigh pads, and I was like, man, what's all this weird stuff here? But then when we all buckled up and went out there and played, the game of football was very interesting to me. It was very challenging. It came an art. You know what I'm talking about, of understanding angles, understanding what offense can do and how can they attack you. And for my school, I was a small school. We only had about 28 guys in small 3A schools, so we had to go both ways. So it was very interesting in that part. But football, it just shaped me who I am. The life skills that I've learned and the teammates that I've met and went through, I think it's the thing that you build a team in adversity and hard work and dedication and making commitment. And seeing success allows you to realize, hey, there's always an opportunity. You never know what the opportunity is going to be as long as you work hard.
And you were, another thing having to do with Texas, and maybe we're talking about our own brand here, you were on the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football once. Do you remember, what do you remember about being on the cover of some magazine? I forget the name sometimes.
Well, I saw that magazine, and I think that picture was the game against North Texas at Texas Stadium. And I remember the referee got so mad at me because I wasn't wearing my mouthpiece, because I remember my freshman year. So I never wore a mouthpiece the whole time through college. My freshman year, I started the first game of my career against LSU at Kyle Field. I ran out there, mouthpiece in as a freshman. Sure. Went out there, got the play call, and I called the play. And all of a sudden, a guy grabbed me from the face mask. God, Reggie Brown. He was a senior linebacker. What is the call, Dad? So I had to take the mouthpiece. We had a little accent already. So in front of 80,000 people, he couldn't hear what I was saying. So I never wore a mouthpiece the whole time in my career. And I remember that game, that picture, my mouthpiece was in my finger, but really I had to pull it out of my pocket inside my hip of my pants to let him know that I do have a mouthpiece, because he keep asking me every series, "Get your mouthpiece on, son. Get your mouthpiece on, son." I said, "Yes, sir, it's right here." Then I'll put it back up and I go make a play and then come back in. So that's what I remember that picture.
Man, that's wild. I did not know that story. I also want to ask you about your Aggies. Heading into 2017, I already asked Reggie McNeil. I'm not going to tell you what he said, but what are you thinking about your Aggies in 2017?
Well, I think it's just going to be one of those times now. We're going to see who's the quarterback. We're young, no doubt about that, but I think we're athletic. We're talented. It's kind of hard to replace the two defensive ends that we lost. We lost a leader in the back and Evans, too, in safety. So defensively, we got a couple of holes we got to fill. But under Sumlin, you got to trust what Sumlin's doing. He's recruiting tremendously here the last few years. I think the coaching staff is shaping up, and the players are believing in his system. And I think sometimes it takes a little bit longer than you expect. It's kind of hard when you first go into the SEC and you got Johnny Manziel, one of the best players ever to wear maroon and white. So now expectations are there every year. And I think this year might be the year that when there's not a lot of pressure on the team, he's going to go out there and perform and play well, and they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Now, I do want to ask you, you're in good shape right now, and may be looking for a linebacker.
Oh, no.
No, you don't think you can get back out there?
No, I would just waste a spot. Yeah.
Nguyen, one of the members of the 2017 class at Texas Football Hall of Fame. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.